Hello, this is Rebecca Hedreen from Purely Library. Today I want to talk about Google's new Scholar Labs, which is an AI-powered overlay onto Google Scholar. So first of all, what is Scholar Labs? Scholar Labs launched last year in November. It's a natural language question type of interface where you can ask Google Scholar a question and it will pull up materials that may answer that. It is currently limited access, and so not everybody will have that available. But if you do not have it available, you should get a little notification option so that they can tell you when it's going to roll out to the next batch of accounts. So what are the differences between regular Google Scholar and Scholar Labs? So traditional Scholar does a keyword match, and it ranks your the results based on the keywords that you put in, the citation counts for the publications, the kind of reputation of the publication, the journal, and the author, and how current the article is. So you will more likely to get more recent articles higher in the results. Scholar Labs, from what we've been able to determine so far between what they've said and what people have been testing it on, is going strictly by what they call semantic relevance to your question. So what actually answers the question you asked, regardless of what words they used, how often or not often that paper may have been cited, where it was published, who the author is, or how old it is. And for each answer, you get an explanation as to why that was chosen. Now, this has some really interesting implications. So Scholar Labs is deliberately removing citation counts and journal rankings as ranking signals. Those metrics are generally used as a proxy, something that is standing in for a measure of quality. Now, this also gets into what is sometimes referred to as citational justice, where, and the base of this is that one of the reasons that things get cited is because they have already been cited. And so it's sort of a feedback effect. Prominent scholars get cited more often than new scholars or people who are not at major universities or publishing in major journals. And there are many, many reasons, of course, that somebody might not be considered a prominent scholar. Things that may have absolutely nothing to do with the quality of their work. So Scholar Labs is ranking papers simply by, do they answer your question? Now, this also means that a widely cited paper, something that's considered a foundational paper in the field, may not come up when you do a search because it's not directly relevant to your question, even though it is very important for you to read. So there are good things and bad things about this. You can go to scholar.google.com, the regular Google Scholar front page, and look and see if there's a labs icon available to you. You can also go directly to Scholar Labs, and that's scholar.google.com/scholar_labs with an S /search. If you do not get access, you should see an option to get notified. When you actually do this, I do recommend that you start with something that you know about. You should look for something that you already know a bunch of papers on. Do those known papers actually come up? Do remember that results are limited. Right now, from testing, there seems to be a limit of no more than 50 results total and no more than 300 potential results evaluated. So they, for everything that comes up, they run an evaluation as to whether it matches or doesn't, and then that's added to the results list up to 50 results. So if you hit 50 results or you hit 300 potential results, everything stops. You probably won't see a lot of older literature. It is still very experimental. There's limited access. They're actively changing the algorithms. So if you try it and it's not looking like it's useful to you, come back and look at it later. You do still need to evaluate these things. It is very important to actually look at the results and see if they actually answer your question. You may need to refine your question, or it may be that they couldn't find anything that was a good match. They may have misinterpreted something. All of this is true. So here's some results from an example. This is my own research. What sorts of historical ecology research has been done using non-scientific sources like photos, maps, menus, diaries, travel logs, or social media posts. I also specifically said do not limit to those source types. Any sort of non-scientific data collection is of interest. This is a large language model. You can put context into your prompt. Now, not surprisingly, since this is a methodology question, it is giving me methodology-related results. It gives me examples. So I've pulled 6 from the top 10 results that it gave me. I do recognize a number of these authors, so that's very good. Not all of them. Some of these are new to me. And they are stretching back to, so with these 6, they're stretching back to 2015. So I am getting some older, though not really old, articles. And each of these gives me some context as to why this was chosen as one of the options. So that is Scholar Labs. I encourage you to try it if you can get access. Sign up if you do not have access yet, and give it a try when they do give it. And think about how your research, your literature searching might change if you were looking at kind of anything that answered your question, no matter where it's coming from, who's writing it, or any of the other signals of quality that we use as shortcuts. You are going to have to do actual evaluation and not be dependent on those shortcuts if you use Scholar Labs. Thank you very much.